Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the All Sports Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Lachlan Turner.
I'm another one of your co-hosts, Liam McDonald.
And after a long time, your third co-host is back, Sumit Kadov.
And don't forget, the links to their socials will be in the description down below, so be sure to check those out. And, well, yeah, we'd really appreciate that. Fuck, it's been a pretty
Hot
good...
minute.
What?
Hot minute.
Well, interesting weekend of sport, or to finish off the weekend of sport, because, well, quite a few things happened with the AFL. Obviously, a lot of things happened with the cricket, but yeah, there's just so much to talk about. More so, the impact on out of all the games on the weekend, the game that was going to have the biggest impact in terms of who'd be in the 8 by the end of the round, which would obviously, it'd taken one step closer towards finals. And that was the Essendon Adelaide game, which I had I don't know if you want to call it, pleasure of going to, even though I'm a Dons man. Wasn't really happy with the last quarter, letting the Crows make the scoreboard look respectable, when this is probably the first game that I could say that
you guys have dominated
territory, which I have not seen since round 1. So we're going back a long time ago. First time that I've seen our midfield actually dominate the hard ball. Like that's the second week in a row, I believe, that we've had over 140 contested possessions, that's just not heard of at Essendon. But more so being able to dominate territory against the side that when they go inside 50, I just recall that, the Adelaide-Brisbane game, where I think Brisbane dominated territory, but Adelaide, when they moved the ball forward, they looked like they were going to score every time they got inside forward 50. You'd know that because you probably watched that game.
I cried through that game.
I was a bit surprised, to be completely honest. But
I was surprised too.
But I wasn't really... I was more so expecting a closer game on paper. I thought Adelaide had the better team. More so their forwards and their...
defense?
I thought their midfield was a lot... on paper, I thought their midfield was better. But I think still both defenses are a bit shaky. But I think Adelaide have the better sort of pieces to become really good. But obviously that wasn't the case. I think the margin ended up getting it to about 7 goals at one point. It was looking
not bad.
Which is obviously more than what I thought, but to only win by 3 goals, so I think that kind of dampens that they aren't there where they'll play well for 4 straight.
They don't completely shut teams out. They get to a point where they're like, yeah, we've got this, and then they coast.
And that's exactly what happened. Literally, that's what happened. But their next 3 games are as important as ever to see where they finish.
Who do they have?
Geelong this Saturday.
Yuck.
Which, stupid fixturing, because that should be played at the G. Because we all know the AFL was all about fucking wanting more money, and they'd get more money if the game was at the G.
Oh, well.
But that's the AFL. Then the Dogs on a Friday night, the following week, which that could go 50-50. 50-50, I'd say. And then Sydney in Melbourne the following week. Which,
I mean,
going by current form, Essendon should win that. But if they happen to win 2 of the 3 games, you could almost say that they'll play finals.
Well, it's a pretty close race. If you look
because after that 3, they play West Coast and North back to back in Melbourne.
Well, knowing Essendon, they're going to drop one of those.
if they're to drop any of those games, they'd probably drop the North game. But I don't think Essendon haven't lost to them since like 2016. So should be fine, but we don't know. And I suppose the other thing, before we actually talk about more so about the
oh, it's happening now, is it? Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
we've got to talk about it. There is a club in crisis. And well,
do you want me to actually say the name of the thing? Do I have to say it? Do I?
Yeah, introduce it. Like you get that. That's what
here we go. Well, it's time for Lachie's. No, I was about to say bake. That would have been really dumb, wouldn't it?
You've called it lashing.
Yeah, Lachie's lashing. That's what we're doing now. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, do I have to say who you're lashing?
no,
at this point, I don't even know who you're going to lash.
No. Yeah. Well, you were also supposed to say, "Oh, headphone users, beware. This could get very loud."
Headphone users, I'm sorry, I can't control him.
Right. So,
TikTok.
what annoys me is the board think that they're higher than the club. They think they're higher than the club.
Isn't the board in charge of the club?
Yeah, but they think about themselves, right? And going by the interview that was done today by, was it their chairman?
Well, the new guy.
Yes. Don't know his name, which fucking tells you all you need to know. But fuck me, Gold Coast. Seriously, what the fuck are you doing? You haven't made finals since you fucking started. Right? Since you fucking came to the AFL, the highest fucking ladder position has been what, 10th? I reckon even then I'm being fucking nice to them. But to fucking sack a what annoys me, right? What annoyed me about the whole sacking of Stuart Dew? They played first and fucking second. Yes, they got flogged by the team finishing first. Who fucking hasn't this year? Fuck, West Coast got flogged.
Brisbane haven't been flogged by.
Oh, well, they don't care because they're flat track bullies. Fucking West Coast got flogged. Well, Gold Coast got flogged. The only team that they really haven't fucking flogged was Adelaide and Essendon.
Why?
And other than losing to Melbourne and the...
They didn't really flog North.
Well, they were very well in control. They were fucking around with North. Let's put it that way.
But they didn't flog them.
They were fucking around. They had to make the scoreboard look respectable. That's what teams have to do sometimes. And then you're in front against the side sitting fucking second at halftime. And nobody was going to stop what happened in the third quarter. Port kicked 9 straight fucking goals, which shut the game out. And you sack your coach saying that they haven't made the improvements that they made last year? What? I don't fucking buy this for a fucking second. Once they saw that Damien Hardwick had stepped down from Richmond, they saw an opportunity to fucking grab it by the fucking balls and fucking take that. Like that. And you know what? It'll be fucking funny if he gets appointed the coach of Gold Coast at the end of the year and they don't fucking make finals.
I don't even think he'd want it.
Well, out of all the sides that were looking for a coach, Gold Coast is proving to be the side that you'd want to coach, given that they have a very good spine. So, Gold Coast, you can go and get fucked. Fuck, what is going wrong with Sydney? And Fremantle, for a matter. When we did our fuck...
You know what? I reckon as much as it sucks, Longmire's been there too long.
Are you suggesting... Hang on. This is a massive fucking call. This is probably bigger than what I've fucking done. Are you suggesting that he should either resign or get sacked?
Well, same thing happened to Tigerland. Look how Richmond are going since Hardwick stepped down.
So are you suggesting that he should get the sack if he doesn't walk?
No, they can't sack him. Longmire is in a position where he either walks or doesn't, or he stays. But I reckon they might be better off if he rides off into the sunset.
I say that. Yeah, I could say that. But they have been by far, or not just them, but Sydney have probably been. I think we said it last episode. Like they have been the most. Well, I mean, I know I said it.
I completely forgot how disappointing they were being.
Sydney have been very disappointing this year, as have Freo. What the fuck happened to them? They recruit this fucking next generational guy that we've given shit to.
Well, you've given shit to.
You have too.
Not as much as you.
But you have. That's the point. That's my point. You have given him shit.
Yeah, because he's on $1 million and he plays like he's on 5.
5's a bit fucking generous. But saying that, what the fuck happened to them? Getting belted by a team that they should have belted themselves.
Who did they get belted by?
Carlton. By 9 goals.
Oh, Freo, yeah.
What in the fuck is going
See,
on?
I told you freaking Carlton were going to win that.
Oh, you didn't tick Carlton, though.
No, I didn't. But I told you that they should win, and then you laughed at me because I was being dumb. Well, I wasn't being dumb, was I? Yeah, you got nothing. Yeah.
I cannot comment on my previous statements.
Liam, this is a new record. We've got him speechless twice in the span of 10 minutes.
No, you haven't. When was the first time?
Your distaste in jokes. Would you like to go back to that conversation?
Hang on, no, that wasn't a poor taste in jokes. I mean, look, I probably could have said something a bit better there, but I chose what I thought was funny.
Never mind, continue.
And now it's like this week that there are some very before we get into like the more important, like some of the more important games this week, we'll go our 3 most important games for this weekend. How about, because we're pretty much more than 2/3 of the way through the season. How about we go and list our top 5 players in the AFL this season?
Shit.
Oh, you didn't want me to do that.
No, it's just shit. Now I have to think of the other 3.
Liam only has 2.
You want me to go first? I'll go from 5 to 1.
I guess I'm not sure I'm going to have a particular order on mine. I'm just going to think of guys and wing it.
Number 5. Now this is going to surprise a lot of people, but I've put him in here for his leadership and how he's changed the club since he got there. Jordan Dawson. I genuinely think since he's stood in the midfield, like been in the midfield, he's been wonderful. And as I said, his leadership, I honestly think he's probably the 2nd or 3rd best captain in the competition. By leading by example, talking.
Wait, if he's only 2nd or 3rd, who's number 1?
Darcy Moore. Darcy Moore is the best speaker of all the captains. I rate Darcy Moore as a captain. He had leadership all over him, and he's doing really well, succeeding. But Dawson, for me, I feel like his impact, I think, on his club from where they were a couple of years ago before they got him to now, I think it's been a top 5 impact. Like, worthy of a top 5 impact. I think Sydney would be kicking themselves. And Adelaide would be laughing that they only coughed up 1 first-round pick for him. Because right now, it's looking like he was a bit more expensive than that. Second guy. In my opinion, the best ruckman in the game, and by far one of the most influential players in the game. Tell me I'm wrong, and tell me how I'm wrong. Tim English.
Oscar McInerney runs rings around Tim English.
Fuck right off. Fuck right off. That, you know what? I've got an idea for a fucking lashing next week.
Oscar McInerney's got more talent in one arm than Tim
That
English
is not
has in his
fucking
whole
true.
body.
We have waited so long for Tim English to be able to produce well at the top level. Last couple of years, he's done that. Last year showed that he had cemented himself in the best 22. This year, by far, he is the All-Australian ruckman. Gets around the ground well. He's the best defensive ruckman in the comp. Can't change my mind. Has the ability. He just impacts around the ground really well, which is what you want your ruckman to be, that seventh midfielder. And he is that for the Dogs.
Well, then Curvis would be giving him a run for his money if he didn't get himself suspended every 3 weeks.
I'd still have English miles ahead of Curvis, and I like Big Toby, but not at the standard. He's not at the standard of English. I think he's probably the best ruckman at being able to get around the ground and do all that since fucking Dean Cox, and that's putting him in a high category there. Because Dean Cox was the best at doing that, getting himself around the ground, being able to be that seventh midfielder. Tim English is in that class. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of laughs out of that, and a lot of fucking people go, "You don't know much." Well, fuck you. This is my opinion. Number 3 is Connor Rosie.
Number 3?
Number 3, because then I go 2-1. I think it's about time we acknowledge that he was the best player from his draft.
The thing with going best player from a draft, right, is there's a lot of hindsight, because I'm pretty sure on paper Walsh was the more complete prospect.
But he didn't have the high ceiling.
Yeah, but at the time,
Connor Rosie had the high ceiling. He was the most impactful player out of all the draft prospects, and he had the most X factor out of all the draft prospects. And if right now, if we were to do a re-ranking of that draft, Rosie would be number 1. I think in a lot of people's fucking rankings. Walsh struggles to actually be fit now. He's had a couple of injuries. Rosie impacts the game more, which, what I said, it was the most impactful player of that draft pool that year. He's now done that. He's on his way of getting his second All-Australian blazer after he got one last year, which, look, you can debate whether or not he earned it. But then he's now had one more All-Australian blazer than what Walsh does. But in saying that, though, he has impacted a lot of games this year. Whether it's, if he doesn't get the ball, he'll kick goals. Essendon, he only got the ball 21 times, but he kicked 3 goals. And he probably kicked one of the goals of the year last week.
Yeah, Will Ashcroft has that locked down.
No, he doesn't.
So good.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. Guarantee you, he won't get it. Rosie kicked one of the goals of the year last year. I said last year again. Last week, pretty much from a stoppage, full tilt to the boundary line, and being able to do what he did there. I couldn't believe what I saw. So that genuinely had me like, wow. But I don't think I'm wrong in saying that he is by far one of the more influential players in the competition. I'm not wrong. Now, I know there are a lot of people that don't like Port Adelaide, but you can't help but just...
I can.
Well, not really.
I can.
Anyway, he is by far probably, the third most impactful player that I have in the AFL, because the first 2 are very impactful. Second, the Bond. I think the Bond, he was down on his performances last year, whether you want to blame that through injury or just form, doesn't matter. But he went up again this year. His career average in score involvements hovers around 6. He's at 7 this year, just over 7 score involvements a game. He is their best midfielder. He does, but what stands out this year is his tackling. He's laying more tackles than I think I've ever seen him lay, like in games this year, which is impressed me the most. But he still has the ability. I think he's still the best inside-outside player in the competition. Like, and out of all the midfielders now, I think he's the best midfielder at being able to impact going forward since when Dangerfield almost kicked 50 goals in a year doing that. So, and I think that's within fair reason of saying that. And number one, well, fuck, this guy's going to do something that only a handful of players have done this year with a Brownlow in his second year. Nick Dacos. Do I really need to explain? He started the year at the halfback flank. And everybody's like, get a hard ball, go do all that. Fucking first game in the guts, he is ranked number one on the ground, was ranked number one on the ground for center clearances, and contested possessions. This man does it all for Collingwood. Like, he'd be the first person to win a Brownlow in the second year since I think Brad Hardy did it for Footscray in the mid-'80s. And then before that, it would be, I'd say, Dick Reynolds in the 1930s. So he would be in elite, like, he'd be in an elite group that only two other guys have been in. So just to what do you call it? Reiterate my top five. One's Dacos, two's Bontempelli, three's Rosie, four's English, and five is Jordan Dawson, which I think are all fair, but each is to their own. So, who's your top five? Don't mind me while I finish off my lunch.
Mine is going to be slightly different to yours.
You're going to leave Rosie out, I know that.
I'm not sure I can. As much as it pains me, I'm not sure I can.
Thank you.
But I will, just for you. Number 5, I'm going to go with Tim Taranto. I must admit, early season, it did look a bit shaky, the whole Richmond mortgage in their future for Hopper and Taranto. But then Taranto started reeling off 30-touch games like they were nothing and kicking bags of goals at the same time. So, Number 4. Do I want to go with... I think I'm going to have to go with, Errol Goulden. As much as Sydney have had a down year, Errol Goulden has taken the step that everyone thought he was going to take and then some.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that, yep.
Has his own pill out there and gets on the scoreboard. So, Number 3... Do I really want to do that? Do I really?
I feel like I know who.
I'm going to have to go with bloody Connor Rosie at 3 because he's been in the top 5 players this year. What can I say? I would much rather anyone else. I would much rather slot a Brisbane player in here, but not all.
There hasn't been a Brisbane player that's been the top 5 in the comp.
Not one of them has been the consistent best guy on the ground all year. It's been a team effort. So,
well, other than maybe Josh Dunkley, but
but he's not.
He'd be leading your best
30 touches and bags of goals.
He'd be leading your best and fairest though. Well, and I think he'd be leading it by a fair bit.
Comfortably, probably, yeah. Number 2. I'm going to go Nick Dacos, number 2.
Whoa!
Because yes, he gets a lot of the ball and he gets on the scoreboard, but I'm not quite sure he's got the get on my back, follow me to the finish line, lads, that Bontempelli's got.
And that's why you got Bont at number 1? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think that's going to be the debate. Like,
because Dacos is brilliant, but I don't think he's quite got the dragging the team over the line that Bont's got.
Which Bont has done for numerous many years.
So yes, I must admit, with my list, I've kind of gone outside of like best players this season, in that if I was to ignore like the entirety of their careers, it would probably be Dacos 1, Bont 2. But I just can't ignore Bont's body of work.
Yeah. Well, and the thing with my list was that I put a guy who I think the leadership stands out for me. Not just his football ability, but his leadership and IQ on the field. Like, I know they lost on Sunday, but Dawson, he was that guy that Adelaide constantly looked to just give the ball to, because he was so smart. Like I know the midfield was, like, the clearances were pretty even, but his ability to be able to, step in, step out, and being able to kind of direct kind of like where players should be. Like, Adelaide have a good one there. Like,
you know who I just thought of? I'm going to make him an honourable mention because I'm not going to change my list, but Christian Petrarca.
Yeah, no, that's a fair shout. My only issue is that the last 4 to 5 weeks he's been pretty down.
He kicked 4 goals.
Yeah, but like
last week.
Yeah, last week, but before that, he was kind of down on his usual input.
Oh yeah.
More so his impact. Well, as well, if I'm going to have to give an honourable mention, I'd probably give an honourable mention to, I only had to think of a top 5, not fucking 6.
You don't have to give an honourable mention.
No, well, I kind of want to now.
Normally when you give an honourable mention, you have a player in mind. You don't just go honourable mention.
Yeah, no, that's a fair comment. Well, I suppose my honourable mention would be it would be
if you don't have one, that's fine.
I know. I don't have an honourable mention. Fuck, I thought I would have. I mean, I would have said somebody like, I was really tempted just to annoy you, Mitch Owens, but like, he hasn't been a top 10 player. Nah, he hasn't. I don't have an honourable mention. But looking at some of the games this week, there are some huge games to go this week. Well, the Thursday night game, Sydney Bulldogs at the SCG, they always have cracking games.
No, that's a Bulldogs win. I'm done with Sydney.
Well, Sportsbet has Sydney as favourites.
Yeah, well, I'm done with Sydney, so I don't care what Sportsbet.
And then the MCG, Melbourne, Brisbane, that is going to be a cracker of a game.
No, it's not. Brisbane have that one already.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No Clayton Oliver, no Melbourne.
Oh, I really, really hope.
Last time Brisbane played Melbourne at the G, guess what happened?
Yeah, I know. You won, but then what happened the week after when you had to play at the G?
Yeah, but it was Geelong. That doesn't count.
No, that does count because you played at the G.
We beat Melbourne at the G. Can you just...
Yeah, then what happened when you played at the G?
Don't try to drag me down a peg. We're not playing Geelong at the G. We're playing Melbourne at the G, you flog.
Yeah, and then you had to play Geelong, and Geelong isn't it the week after? So...
Do we?
Oh, no, you play... Oh, no, you guys play them at the Gabba.
We're playing at the Gabba.
Black track bullies. Is this going to be the game where Tom Stewart goes after Cameron and then Cameron sooks it up after fucking tenting him again? Because I have to admit, when Stewart did that to Cameron, I could not stop laughing. Because Cameron... What?
I just wish you had a small forward with half his talent.
Yeah, fuck, no, we don't. What one that fucking carries on like a princess when things don't go his way?
And you actually watched how defenders defend him? They get away with
give
murder.
Give me a fucking spell.
They get away with murder.
Give me a fucking spell. But then I can say the same thing about Peter Wright. The way fucking defenders defend him. Fuck me, the amount of holding they do on him. Fuck.
Dude, Charlie Cameron's wearing 80 kilos worth of clothes when he plays because he's got his defender just draping him.
I can say something about Peter Wright, but do you hear me bitching about that? No.
Because Peter Wright's shit.
Fucking shit. You guys wish you could replace Peter Wright for fucking Eric Hipwood.
No, I do not.
Yes, you fucking do.
No.
Yes, you do. Well, you know what? Well, because at least Peter Wright doesn't fucking cherry pick fucking goals, steals them from fucking teammates like that. Fucking, you know. Speaking of Hipwood, I think it's fair to say that he is the worst player to receive a 7-year contract, or whatever fucking deal it was.
What more talent than fucking Tom Boyd?
You're kidding. Sorry, but
No.
from what I recall, Tom Boyd was probably more so robbed of a Norm Smith medal because the guy that won it.
He had one good game.
It was the game that mattered.
He got drafted at pick 1 and forced his way out of the team after one season.
Who was this?
Tom Boyd. He pulled a fucking Horn Francis.
Yeah, and he played a game that mattered most. Like, he played it.
He barely played before that game, though. He's had one good game in his fucking career.
And that's what he's remembered for. No one gives a fuck about what he did before that or after that. They remember specifically that game. And I'd rather be remembered for that than fucking play or get gifted 100-odd games to get the ball fucking 10 times a game and do fuck all.
No, I'm not Barney. No.
Well, you know I'm fucking right too.
No, you're not.
What? He gets gifted games.
No, he doesn't.
Sorry, but if I
recall, our fucking best forward for fucking 2 months.
So you're not going to rate what fucking Joe's done?
Joe's been good, but Eric Hipwood has been more impactful than Joe Danaher recently.
Oh, that's right, because Hipwood is actually kicking like 1 goal a game, or 2, if he's lucky.
Because when Eric Hipwood contests a contest, the ball actually comes to ground because he's not jumping on someone's head and giving away unrealistic attempts.
Hey, but you know what? That's entertaining. I like entertainment.
But that's not as impactful.
Yeah, it is. It's impactful.
Cam Rayner's more likely to take a pack mark than Joe Danaher at the moment.
Who is?
Cam Rayner.
Who?
Oh, you can't. No, don't bite.
Who? Is that another disappointing first-round pick?
Can you fucking shove it up your ass?
I mean, look, I can't talk about disappointing first-round picks because
you got fucking Andy McGrath.
To be fair, though, he has turned into a very good lockdown defender. Do I have to remind him?
Yeah, you drafted him as a fucking midfielder and you've got a lockdown defender.
Hang on, that lockdown defender did a number on fucking Charlie Cameron, which, by the way...
You know what? You know why he did a number on Charlie Cameron? Because he was allowed to fucking wear him as a bodysuit.
Oh, you were such... No, that did not... No. And do I have to mention what Jake Kelly did to him the year?
Yeah, he did the exact same fucking thing. He got away with murder.
Jake Kelly fucking... Oh, dude, my God.
If Charlie Cameron got half the love from umpires that most other small forwards get, he'd have a fucking 100 goals this season.
Why did this? Ever don't fucking flop and put your arms up straight away, and then he might actually get free kicks, because that's what he does.
And he tries to soldier through, and they don't give him the
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Dude, as soon as the ball gets over the back, right, and Charlie Cameron starts running, he can't go anywhere because he's got some fucking plug who can't run grabbing him.
This is grabbing. This is a hold. Defenders... They don't hold.
Defenders bear hugging him and not letting him run.
They do that to him.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I watched the Brisbane games. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's what McGrath did to him this year. That's what Kelly did to him last year. They never fucking grabbed him. And if we're going to talk about pushing right, a push in the back is a free kick. You push it from the side, that's fucking fair play. Because you're not pushing them in the back. You are removing them legally from the contest, and by the letters of by the rules in the book, that's allowed. And McGrath did that to him, and he couldn't hack that. And Kelly did that to him. Although no, Kelly just kept on like patting him, and he just threw his arms up because That's what all forwards
fucking
do.
bullshit. That's why he threw his
That
hands
is not
up.
bullshit.
Why are
They
you acting as if that's fucking perfectly fine? If you were a fucking forward copping that shit, you'd fucking strop around like a little bitch too.
No,
Fuck off, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Genuinely, I wouldn't.
Well, you're a better man than I am.
I'm obviously a better man than what fucking Charlie Cameron is. I have more integrity in the game.
God.
I have more integrity in how I
Oh,
play.
fuck off. You know what? Get fucked.
So, can't do that, mate. All right. So now you know how it feels to get fucking axed up when I get told,
You're a prick.
He's a better midfielder than Marcus Bontempelli because his clearances actually do something. See, my birds are getting in the argument too. I like this.
Throttle you.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear that.
Want to fucking throttle you.
What,
You're lucky we're not recording in person or you'd be dead. And that's a promise.
All right, kiddies. Let's keep it
That's
civil.
a promise.
Hang on a
You
minute.
just watch out for Siege tonight, punk.
Wait, watch out.
Eyes in the back of your head, mate.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you.
You shouldn't have told him that. Now he's actually going to be on the lookout.
Wait,
You better
what?
watch out tonight when we're playing Siege, mate. You better watch out.
Bro, first of all, you actually need to hit your fucking shots. And make sure you don't hit a fucking teammate. I can play that. Hey, what's that sound again?
Oh, no, shut up, Lachie.
Exactly. But, all right, look, I think we've talked enough football for the moment. Lane will probably,
I think you guys argued
look at
football.
me, give me the, Lane's going to give me the death stare. I already
I
fucking
can give you the death stare right now.
You're going to give me one after two. You're gonna mouth off at me.
I'm formulating my mouth off right now. It's going to be fucking glorious.
I've just
No,
broken
You
I'd
should
like to
formulate
keep
your
the
kill as
recording
well.
going, and we'll post it on TikTok.
Wait, what?
Me just fucking ripping into you.
We'll call it Liam's lashing.
Nah, it's not. Can't be Liam's lashing. That's a lackluster segment. We've already proven that today.
Bro, and you wonder why I get frustrated all the time, man. I'm always confident and I have to fucking... Yeah, I always have to cop shit. And I can't do anything. Because then, you guys fucking just sit there and laugh, or you guys get shitty with me. I don't win.
Yes.
That's what makes it so good. That's the fun of it.
What? That I can't fucking do anything about it? Or I'm too nice enough not to do anything about it?
Liam, he's nice. It's the first time hearing of it.
He is pretty nice.
Thank you, Liam. Fuck you,
You were about to give me the bird. I called you nice, and you were about to give me the bird.
I had to think about what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Fuck you, someone.
Such a nice person you are, giving the person who complimented you.
Well, we're about to talk about cricket. Is that what?
Yeah. Well, you know, I just want to point out. I pointed this out a couple of weeks ago. Marnus Labuschagne's batting.
A bit of a failure nowadays.
Well, we can't drop him, so it's all good.
Yes, we fucking can.
We're going to
the
drop
selectors
Marnus.
won't drop him. That's the
you
thing,
to
though.
suggest that we drop Marnus?
Yep. I'm fucking telling you right now.
Who are you going to bring in for him?
I've had enough of this team picking fucking batsmen that are just flat track bullies. Fucking Warner and now Labuschagne. Like, fuck me. Can they actually pick a guy that can actually bat well outside of Australia? No.
But not only that, like the photo that you sent in the chat with Marnus Labuschagne's previous 21 innings, I think only in one of them he scored like 40 or something. So it's not just flat track bullies, it's more like pick someone whose form has been good recently.
Yeah, but who actually has good form?
250s in his last 20.
That's true, actually. That's a valid point.
250s in his last 21 innings.
All right, who do you put at 3 instead of Marnus then?
Fucking, I don't know. Fuck. Look, I
exactly.
don't Travis Head
That's
up.
what the selectors probably say too, which is why they keep picking
Travis Head can move up.
But who do you bring in for Labuschagne? That's the thing. Do you want both Mitch Marsh and Cam Green in the squad then?
Yep.
In the playing 11?
Yep.
So who opens then? Because aren't we also dropping Warner?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. That's the thing.
Bring Bearcroft back into the squad and fucking... No.
I'd rather have
Before you say no, he actually isn't batting that badly in Cairns cricket at the moment, and he was the highest run scorer in the fucking Shield. If we want to pick players, but if we want to pick players based on form, he is one of the most informed openers.
I'd much rather have Joe
That's a
Burns
fair
back
point.
to pick
Oh,
bench.
get fuck no.
No, Joe Burns
The fact
can't
that he's-
perform neither in Australia nor out of it.
Fucking Joe Burns, what? Just so we can watch me fucking fit my car between the gap between his fucking bat and pad. Yeah, no, thank you.
I'd still much rather have Joe Burns over Bancroft.
Oh, get fucked. No, what? Because he was made the scapegoat for using the fucking sandpaper.
What about Warner? At least Bancroft's been scoring runs somewhere.
Thank you. He's been scoring runs well the last 2 years in Shield cricket and county cricket. He deserves another crack.
I agree.
And before you say how many chances has he had?
Actually, wait. Bancroft can keep, can't he?
What?
Bancroft is a keeper as well, yeah?
You are not suggesting
There
dropping.
we go. That's how we get him in the team.
No, come on.
You can go and get fucked.
No.
Alex Terry.
What is wrong with you?
Alex Terry is the best keeper in the world right now, like test keeper. And well, if we going back to Marnus, he's in better batting form than fucking Marnus is, isn't he?
Terry can
And not to mention, he fucking busts the balls of every Englishman alive.
Terry batting at
The last test.
Fuck are you? He's a middle order batsman.
He's a lower order batsman, actually.
You know what? He's the low end of the middle order. He's still a
lower middle order.
Yes.
That's a fancy way of saying high low order.
Yeah, exactly. He's coming in as he's the highest lower order batsman there. Well, wouldn't that fucking make?
That's why he plays a sweep every third ball.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, look, I'd rather see that than fucking watch a fucking gap
does sweeps
of Joe Burns or watching fucking Warner get bowled yet again by Stuart Broad.
The thing is, at least Alex Carey performs when he does his sweeps. Marnus doesn't.
Marnus just fucking throws away his wicket playing a shit shot.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
The previous times of him being the luckiest batsman in the world, it's finally catching up with him. He's not getting lucky anymore. And now we're seeing how shit he actually fucking is outside.
But the thing is, every time he's called as lucky, all those instances, he hasn't played a shit shot. The ball's just got the better of him. Well, most times, at least.
It's shit, but past fucking slips. It's shit batting placement.
Yes, because he deliberately tried to hit it through the slips.
No.
Yeah, a few of the balls were just very good.
But what? Why are you saying it's bad placement? If he's nicked it, it's not. He's not trying to hit it there.
So it's luck.
Well, it's not placement.
Well, no, more so the fact that he didn't get fucking caught. He fucking...
The tail ender plays a French cut and everyone says, oh, placement because it goes for four. It's not because it was a good fucking shot.
And
no, the reason why that's a good shot is because that's the tail end for the shitty fucking French cuts. Liam, you know all about that, wouldn't you?
That's my best shot, mate.
Yes, that's your only shot.
Fuck up.
Actually, you know what? I fucking had a few slaps through cover in my 25 in the grand final.
Oh.
It had that car.
I top scored at number 11 with 25.
He just batted normally. Everyone else batted shit.
No, actually, I didn't bat normally. Normally, I block them out. This time, I went out swinging.
Oh, you went out swinging.
No. You got it all wrong. You were just saying conditions differently to everybody else.
I did feel like that, actually. I was like, what was the trouble, lads?
Bradman-esque? Was it Bradman-esque?
No, it wasn't, because I had played some part-timer came on, and I tried to go over cover, and I hit it straight up.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Did it go far, or did it go as far as covers, or did it
out
go?
Of the ring?
Oh, no.
Just went up.
Oh, no.
No. You know, I just think that, fuck. Look, now the series is 2-1. But how good would it be if Australia could win over wherever the fuck they're playing next?
Old Trafford, playing in Manchester.
Well, if Australia win that, fucking hell. Like, I can't wait to look at all the salty England.
Oh,
people.
Very much
and
so.
More importantly, the person I can't wait to see have a fucking sook, Piers Morgan.
Ah.
I tell you what, if Australia win, I'm gonna go straight on Twitter and go and tag Piers Morgan and go. So what? Are you gonna go crush England because that's what all you Poms do? Crush your team when they're down and out.
Piers Morgan would crush them even if they won the series.
Sorry.
Piers Morgan would have a go at them because they play baseball.
Well, he's having a go at Merv Hughes, and no one does that. So
what Merv Hughes do?
I don't know.
Probably gave England shit or something.
Yep, on a morning or on a show, and fuck, he's such a flog. I mean, I agree with some of the things he said in the past, but what he's talking about the Ashes now, what the fuck does he know?
Yeah, I assume you're talking about Piers Morgan. Yeah, you're not talking about Hughes.
Yeah, no, Piers Morgan.
Yeah, good. For a second, I thought you were talking about Merv Hughes. It's like Merv Hughes a flog.
No, Merv Hughes is no flog.
Tell you who I'd like to see say something. I'd like to see Kevin Peterson say something when Australia wins the Ashes.
Oh, he dominated this series. He's out now.
Literally, Joe Root scores 40 and the bloke can't shut up about it. He dominated the series. He made 40.
Oh, Ricky Ponting just telling him he was out now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, literally.
Brian, that's what he said, and that just shut out his fucking thing.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so what's the Aussie 11 for the next test then?
Warner, unfortunately. Kawaja.
Say it.
Unfortunately, Marnus.
There we go.
Fifth.
Head.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Yep. Marsh.
Carey. Cummins. And then I go, has Stark had a rest yet?
Yeah, he didn't play the first test. That was his rest.
Yeah, but I don't think, with the form he's in, he's got a good chance.
Cummins and Stark are definitely playing.
Mm.
Then I go Murphy at 10, and number 11 would be Hazelwood.
Yeah, I agree. Boland hasn't had the best of series.
But he's taken 2 wickets, and he's going at 5 and over.
Yeah, that's nah.
That's
I'd rather have Hazelwood.
A bit of a cheeky, no Hazelwood, no Boland, and we go with 2 all-rounders.
Ooh.
I don't mind that shout, but
or alternatively, you put in Hazelwood and you tell Warner that he's not making it to Sydney. Goodbye, son, and force Trav Head to open.
Ooh.
I like that idea.
Because then you still play both all-rounders. You still have your 3 frontline quicks.
That's fair.
Huh?
Marsh is arguably like our 3rd or 4th best bat, and he's only played 1 game.
Who's the first 2?
Well, Trav Head is our best.
Mm.
And then
Smith. Or actually,
Kawaja.
no. Kawaja,
Yeah,
Smith.
Kawaja.
So there's like 3, and then you could argue Carey or Marsh.
I thought you didn't rate Curry.
He's had a good series, okay? Fuck you.
He's a good keeper. He's a good keeper.
You're giving me that. Hang on. You're clipping that for me, and I'm going to fucking play that back against you when you call.
I'm not fucking clipping that.
I'll fucking go when you put this up.
I'll make sure this bit's edited out then.
No, you get fucked. You are adding that bit in.
I'm allowed to say he's playing well. I'm allowed to dislike the guy and think he's a good player.
Hey, Longy. Apparently, Liam doesn't like him, right? Because he didn't pay his barber.
You know what? They're just fucking.
What else they're cook on?
What?
Well, I've heard that he didn't pay his barber.
Oh my God!
What?
Where'd you hear that?
Is that why he went and stumped their keeper, huh? Because he didn't pay his barber?
No, well, see, the keeper, Bairstow, smelt lunch and wanted to go for a wander early. He wanted to get out early so he could go in early for lunch.
Oh, I see.
What do we reckon England's lineup's going to look like?
Fucking shit. Well,
Crawley and Duckett, I imagine, aren't going to get.
They will be opening.
Number 3.
They don't have anyone to play number 3.
That's true. I reckon I mean, if they're bold, they might bump Harry Brook up the order, but I don't know.
Well, they
That's a
bumped him
big
up for 1 innings and then they demoted him again. And then he went and then he went and won the game for them. So
You never know.
yeah, but who
Yeah.
bats at 3?
Mo and Ali tried to
Root
bat at 3
bats-
and that fucking
Oh
didn't.
no, that's not gonna happen. Who does bat at 3? Hold
They
on.
finally say, do they put Bairstow at 3 just to get him actually batting?
Actually, that's fair. Do that.
Oh,
Give me a
Root.
minute. Let me pull up
Nah, they
this
won't
thing.
move Root. Root doesn't like batting at 3.
Root's stuck at 4. Yeah. So the last game, Harry Brook was at 3,
Yeah, and then Mo and Ali was at 3 in the second
and
inning.
then Moeen Ali was at 3 in the second innings. Yeah. But usually they'd go Crawley, Duckett, Brook, Root, and then Bairstow, Stokes, and Ali.
You know what? That's how I think they'll. I think that's how they'll go. Brook will go
Most
up to
likely.
3. Root 4.
Most
Bairstow 5. Don't know how he fucking survives. Old Porky Bairstow. 6 Stokes. 7 Mo and Ali. That's a long tail when you think about it.
Then
After,
It's a very long
8 will
tail.
be like Wokes.
yeah, 8
But
will
yeah,
be
8 is
Wokes.
Wokes, and Wokes can bat. Wokes can
Robertson,
bat.
Robertson can't play. Didn't he get
So
injured?
9 would be like Broad. 10 would be
No.
like Mark Wood, and 11 would be Anderson or Tongue.
Actually,
I've got
9 and
Tongue.
10 are swapped around. Wood comes before Broad.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, Wood went nuts. What am I saying?
Wood went nuts, yeah. So
He went
they'd have him
40 off
after Wokes.
16.
Yeah, I know. Wood could bat. I'm sorry, Wood. I'm sorry, Wood. Don't bowl a bouncer at me.
Well,
So who's going to come in, Anderson or Tongue?
Tongue.
Tongue. I'd say Tongue if for their
No,
best
Jimmy.
chances. No, Jimmy. Jimmy's been shit this series.
I mean, have you seen the pictures that they fucking given? He's had a silk
Still, for the so-called swing king, I mean,
Can't
you'd
do
think
anything
he'd
without the
have
pitch that
something.
helps.
Well, I mean,
He's not got the raw pace he used to have.
bro, he's like fucking 40. He's more likely to do his calf.
All the more reason to bring in Tongue. He's nice and quick, and that'll bring them up to 3 quick bowlers and Stuart Broad.
Is Wokes actually quick, is he?
No, he's a
Yeah, he
fucking
is.
medium pacer.
He's all right.
He can bowl
So-
pies.
They
I
got
mean, he can
Wood.
get up there if he wants to.
They've got Wood and the slow boys.
Yep.
Pretty much. Anyway, so I feel like that could do it for us today. What do you think?
No. I've got nothing else to talk about. I just wanted to say no.
Oh, well, you're a fucking flog. Anyway,
We've established this.
well, we appreciate you all listening. Hopefully you get to this point. And
Jesus.
well,
That's
hang on, that's what
insane.
you hang on, you said that like multiple times in the past. Why can't I say it?
I've got
Because
nothing.
it sounds better when Liam says it.
Well, fuck you. All right, Liam, you say it then. Let's see how good it sounds.
Wait, what am I saying?
Oh, fuck me. You know what? No, never mind. You know what? Never mind. My name was
This is
Lachie.
going to be a TikTok, isn't it?
My name is Lachie Turner.
My name was... Fuck, what's his name? Liam McDonald.
Did he fucking die or something?
Oh, we didn't realize you changed your name.
My name's Bean, Liam.
My name is Sumit Kadav. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Turtles.